Welcome back to Verse TV. I am your host, Charlotte Stirk, and today we have a very special guest, Dr. Rich Constantine. You are in South Carolina, correct?
Yep, Greenville, South Carolina.
Nice. So what brought you and your wife to Greenville?
Oh, well, long story short, we we would take my breaks from dental school and we would search towns in the South because my mentors growing up, they told me to search for a place I wanted to live before I searched for a practice to work in, because they knew firsthand that once you set up a practice, it's hard to move away. They told me I'd be a lot happier if I did it that way. So out of all the towns we visited in the South, we liked Greenville the best, and it wasn't too far of a drive from where we're from. Still had four seasons, not far from the beach, close to the mountains. So all the things that we wanted, but no harsh winters and a lot more sunny days.
Awesome. Yeah. So one interesting thing about you, I know when you went to college, it was a lot of heavy science before you got into dental school, but you also minored in psychology?
So truth be told, that was just kind of an accident. It was like when you're an athlete, because I played football in college, and so you're kind of sandwiched into a time frame when you can get all your credits in, right? So came like my junior year, and my guidance counselor was like, you only need a couple more psychology classes to minor in psychology, and I found most of those classes interesting. So I was like, okay, sign me up. You have to fit in all your classes between 8 in the morning and 1 or 2 in the afternoon, because then you're at the stadium and working out or practicing. So
yeah, they've just got you going through the ringer. So interestingly enough, I wanted to get a degree in psychology, and my dad was like, okay, what do you want to do with that? Do you seriously want to be a clinical psychologist? I'm like, no, those are just really interesting classes. Those are the ones that I could just sit and talk about all day. And he's like, get something hands-on and specialized, study that stuff on the side. But I got to thinking when I read that about you, I was like, you know what? I think every dental professional or anybody that has to work with the general public that's going to be in a high stress situation really could use to take some of those psychology classes, because we're delving into, it's still one of the top rated high suicide professions to get into, dentistry. Generally people don't want to come see you and spend their money, even though they're there to be a savior and help them. But I think the psychology probably comes into play, just dealing with yourself, your patients, and staff. So I wanted to talk about your staff a little bit. It seems like, because I can really only internet stalk you because I've never met you before and I haven't been to the practice. But it seems like, you guys just want to make people feel comfortable. You want to have a good environment for you and the people that work there. So what are some of the things that you do to help make that type of environment happen from day to day?
I think the main things we do are, we smile and try to keep it light. We recognize that this isn't a place a lot of people come because they want to. They come because they have to a lot of the time. But I think that the number one thing that we do is that when people come in, they're coming from their busy lives, their jobs, their families, and everything is just so fast paced. And I think that we just take time to listen to them. And a lot of people don't get that where they are daily. People don't take the time to listen to what their concerns are and allow them to explain their needs and their wants. And then after we hear that, then we try to educate them the best that they can so that they can take that information and make the best decision for themselves. And honestly, I think that opens up the communication between us and our patients, because they start to feel comfortable knowing that the conversation is two ways rather than just one.
Right. Not being told what to do. And is it an amazing something as simple as just asking someone how they're doing and what they want out of an appointment. It's so simple, but so valuable for those patients that come in. So you like to focus on some cosmetic dentistry, is that right?
I like cosmetic dentistry. I like the cases. We place implants and do big hyper cases here too. I like the cases that require a lot of planning, and then and the patient gets to see a huge difference as well. You know, you're either giving somebody this smile that they always wanted, or you're giving them a tooth where they never had one, or a set of teeth where they never had one. Those are the most rewarding cases for me, because you get to sit down and get to know the patient. You take all the time to plan out the case, and then you get to see it come together, and you get to share in that with the patient. Those are my favorite ones.
Do you have a favorite case that you've done, like that you think back and you're like, oh man, that was a highlight?
Yeah, it was probably the first hybrid case that I did, because it was a patient that, you know, she knew that her teeth weren't healthy. She knew that there really wasn't a chance in restoring them. So in her mind, she was just going to have to be like, you know, the people in her family before her. She was going to have to go into full dentures. She was going to have to control how she laughed and smiled and ate the rest of her life. And then when we did the implant hybrids to hold those dentures in there, and she was able to see how much they resembled, you know, the smile that she wanted and function like natural teeth, where she didn't have to take them in and out. She didn't have to worry about them flying out when she laughed. That was really special.
Now, did you happen to document that? Do you have pictures?
We have pictures, but they're not. Looking back, I wish I had documented not just the pictures, but the story, maybe done some interviews before and after, things like that. But she's still around. She still comes in. So there's always
do an interview with her and get it out.
Yeah.
That's what gives me all the feels, is just seeing those kind of stories. That's amazing. So I have to talk about this a little bit. You went a little bit, I would say dental famous, especially, you know, because everybody sent me some videos about you. You went a little viral there for a minute. And besides all the usual questions that people would ask about that, I think about like a different perspective. What's the best thing that in your mind that comes out of going internet famous or viral, making the rounds like that?
Without a doubt, like for the people that you meet through it, because like, for instance, probably would never been having this talk with you right now had that not happened. It's allowed me to meet so many people, not only in dentistry, but also outside of dentistry. People come into the practice, people see me on the street saying, hey, you're that guy that did the dance or that was on Steve Harvey. It's just so surreal to be recognized, but when it's for a good reason, that you made somebody laugh or made somebody smile, or you know, just did something to brighten their day, I think that's probably the best thing that's happened by far.
I agree, and it's just a positive thing. Like there are internet trolls out there that somebody's going to say something bad about you no matter what, but like I respect the fact that you just had a lot of fun with it, and you know, for the community and for like you said, for the networking. But there's another thing tied to this, and there happens to be a little sign right behind your head, but I want to talk about that, because when people get to know you, you know, you have the ability of making a really great impact, because you've been able to build up an audience. So this charity that it's you and your wife formed, correct?
Yeah.
And so tell me about your charity.
So Trish and I started this charity, Smile on Cancer. We both lost a parent to cancer when we were in our late 20s. We actually both lost them within the first year that we moved away from home down here to South Carolina. And it was something that we always wanted to start, but didn't see it happening until, you know, later in life. And then once we had all of the attention on us, we realized it was an opportunity to really try to give back and do something good. So what we've done so far is we've raised money, and we work with local hospitals in Greenville. to do some deliveries of some care packages to the cancer patients at the hospital. We've also sponsored some local cancer events, Handbags for Hope, and Run for Life, which is a yearly thing here in Greenville. What we're doing now is trying to transition that into something way bigger, to where we are able to offer to grant a wish for some of the children undergoing cancer treatment, by doing something that they've always wanted to do, or putting them in touch with somebody that they've always wanted to meet. So we'll have to stay tuned, because that's really something we're working hard on to get going.
Oh, keep us posted on that. And I just checked out your website. You've got some cute apparel, so I'm going to make sure to sport one of yours. Dr. C. I like the little polo. The winter doesn't really come here in Florida, but I'm going to snag one of those to help support you guys. There's a guy, Elijah Desmond. A lot of people that are watching this are going to know who Elijah Desmond is. But did you guys just sit around chatting one day, and like, was this your idea or his idea to start a new endeavor?
It sort of happened that way. I ran into Elijah for the first time at a Smile Source event in Dallas, Texas, where he was speaking, and buddy of mine who's like, you got to meet this guy. He's real high energy. And at the same time, I was looking for somebody to do some implant specific marketing for my practice. And I sat down with Elijah and his team, and we really hit it off. And as you know, when you sit down with Elijah, you do more listening than you do.
Oh, I worked with Elijah.
Okay.
Driven. And his team, I love Driven.
So we just realized we had a lot of common interests. We had a lot to talk about, both being in the dental field and being a hygienist, me a dentist, and then we had a lot of outside of the professional realm interests as well, music, sports.
Oh, see?
I thought I heard my name.
What's up, Elijah? Out there or what?
So yeah, we got this coming on pretty soon here.
I was just asking Dr. C, like, whose idea was this? I got to know more about this whole new podcast thing.
Well, first off, I wore this shirt just for him, because I was planning on getting roasted on this.
You're a doughboy to me. I'm so sorry. Just because of
we got a sailor and a schoolboy.
It's adorable. Oh my God. That's one thing that you guys do have in common. You're happy and it's infectious. So yes, Tom, I feel like this is a little bit secret here, because I'm on the list, and it's a little vague at this point. When is this thing launching? Let's start there.
Man. Let's say it again, Rich.
I said, go ahead.
Well, we're recording our first episode on Monday.
All right.
So, we're getting everything together with iTunes and Google Play, and, getting the bio together. And, man, Rich is like killing it on the bio. He's a good writer, right? So I would have been like 3 weeks waiting on me to come up with this full bio. So he's got the bio together, and we're coming together for the right music, right? We're going like intros back and forth, and we're both crazy about music, right? And just being happy and lifestyle, and we're just putting it all together. It's like a perfect combination.
Once you start that process, there are so many little elements that you don't think of until you go through the process.
For sure.
Yes.
It's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we hired the expert to take care of the back end stuff with us, and we got to get a good team behind us. And we just get to go on and have a lot of fun and share knowledge and interview some really cool people.
Are these famous people, like actual famous people, or like dental famous people?
I mean, a little bit of both. I mean, Rich has like he's got his foot in the right direction, right? He's already what to say, in the right arena on Steve Harvey and the Today Show. And so when you've got blown up like that, it makes it that much easier to reach back out to those people like, hey, I was on your show. Can you know what I mean? Can you hook us? What do you think, Rich?
I think I might have an in with the D-list celebrities, maybe, but working my way up.
Absolutely. So there's some good causes that Rich has, and some good things that I have as well. Both of us have good causes behind dentistry. The podcast is absolutely not just about dentistry. It's actually not about dentistry at all. It has some dental elements, but it's not focused around dentistry. It's focused around lifestyle and health and fun, and we're going to interview a lot of really good people. And I'm super excited to see where this goes. With his Smile on Cancer and my motivational concerts, focused on the youth, and all of the influence that we have together. We're just looking to, have a good time, interview some really cool people. We're building our wish list of people that we want to interview. And we're going to see where it goes. And we're going to be really raw and uncut. And just, we're going to tell we're going to shoot for the stars, say, hey, look, here's our list. And we may not get there for a little bit, but the whole journey, I think, is going to be fun to watch as we're bringing people on and interviewing them. And they're going to be short, too. They're not long podcasts, right? Video podcasts. But if you can imagine, like different celebrities getting interviewed about, their life and their lifestyle. And then we'll also ask them dental questions as well, right? Not a couple. It's not all about the dental, but about dental questions. I think that's going to be super fun. And, but we're going to keep it clean too. I think that's important. Keep it clean. I have a nice following of younger adults as well. So keep it clean for the kids, but keep it fun and keep it real. Keep it real. I think that's the most important thing. People grow from people being vulnerable. And, even though Rich done blown up as much as he has, he's super humble as well. And which is, why I like him so much, very easy to get along with. And I think that we're going to have extremely good time. So
people are going to love it because, like you said, you're real. You're not trying to be overdone. You're just being Rich and Elijah, which that's me all day. So I appreciate you guys. Listen, so hopefully, actually, I'm going to see you soon. I got a question about this whole cruise thing that's happening here in October. It's coming up real quick.
Yes.
I need to probably cut down on my muffin top here a bit too. Do some exercises. But are there spots left?
I mean, I think that there's probably half the ship left after Cuba happened. We aren't going to Cuba anymore.
Well, yeah.
We have about 550 people.
That's a lot.
But literally half the ship. It's if we're not going to Cuba, I'm out of here. But my people stayed. There was 60 people that we lost.
So we're going to have the boat to ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, there's still people coming. But there's plenty of rooms left. We're 5 weeks out. We still have plenty of rooms left. We got about 550 attendees. Had to talk Rich into going. He wasn't a boat person when I first met him, but now we're turning him into a captain. I'm going to have him wear one of these shirts before you know it.
I still don't know if I'm a boat person. We'll find out.
Oh, you'll be fine. I'm not. I feed fish. I wanted to be a marine biologist at one point, and every time my dad was a scuba instructor, so he's like, "You just get over it, kid," and he'd throw me in the water. I'm fine in the water, but as soon as I get on the boat, I'm just feeding fish. It was awful. But cruise ships don't bother me at all. And you'll be so distracted the whole time, it's just so much fun. Plan for your stomach and your face to be sore from laughing and dancing, because that's been my experience on Smiles at Sea.
Yeah.
Cool.
So amazing.
It's and guess what? He's going to be judging the dance contest for the whitening ball this year.
Of course you would.
Well, he's going to be judging with me. He can't take the mic completely away,
We'll see if you get some words in there, Rich.
Hey, I'm gonna put him on the spot since I'm not doing this on our podcast. I'm gonna do it right now. Hey, Rich, you gonna go to get this training to be a DJ as well?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can't have you being the only one that knows how to do it. Because
You better sign up.
one of these days we're gonna line up the turntables and battle on the ship.
All right, I got to get to the kids' volleyball game. Thank you so much for coming on, you guys. Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In person for the first time, Rich.
2 months ago, you couldn't even get that shirt over your head. So I don't want to use
You just put it in the dryer. You know when you forget it's in the dryer and then you fluff it a couple extra times?
Well, listen, we basically
Somebody put a lot in the dryer.